All right, what's up? Welcome to episode 2 of the Bughead podcast. I'm here with Judge Judy. The X is silent. Why don't you guys do a round, introduce yourselves one by one, and tell me what you do in the band.
What's up? I'm Don Paul Capone. I'm a main bassist, vocalist, brains, social media influencer, whatever the fuck else.
All right. Well, I'm Sam. I do noise and samples and synths for Judge Judy. I'm a recent addition to the band. They kidnapped me last week and held me hostage in their practice space, and now I'm here. So yeah,
that's pretty accurate. Yeah,
he's not wrong.
Yeah. He took a dump on my floor. That was pretty bad. And put a bag over his head. He was just making crazy noise. I'm like, all right, this sounds cool. It's good.
He took a dump in the tip basement, and we kidnapped him since.
Yep.
All right, now Kyle, introduce yourself.
all right. Well, as you just said, I'm Kyle. I play guitar. I do backing vocals on most songs. I just do our covers mostly for leads because Paul hates the covers half the time. It's a good time. Yeah. I think I wrote one song on the EP for the most part, and Paul wrote everything else.
All right, and then last but not least,
Camden. I slap the skins. I'm the one that gets all the calluses. I play the drummy drums. I'm also the drum machine that one show.
Dude, I love you just sitting on the side of that show as the drums are playing, just taking little videos.
Because I fractured my
So
fingers
bad.
in the summer, so I couldn't really drum in time for that show. But I could. It's still fucked, but like I could at least drum. So at least there's that.
That's a curse set.
Yeah, that was
Nonsense. So yeah, that's my role.
you guys just released a single and then an album back to back, and the single kind of blew up a little bit. I was looking at your Spotify, and it says you got 4,000 monthly listeners now. How's releasing all this new music and getting a pretty big reaction to it, Ben?
So it's been dope. I'm just gonna go because I have all the stats right in front of me. So let's see. It's kind of funny because we dropped the whole album, and I think the actual album songs have like less than 100 streams each. But for some reason, that one single has 8.5K.
Doesn't it like refresh like once a day or something?
No, so when you first drop it, it like live updates for a bit for like a few days. So like I can check, and like the biggest one after it is the intro and applesauce, which makes sense. Ballad is actually the least listened to one.
Oh man,
Which sucks, dude. That song is so goofy.
that song is good.
It's been sick. Big
Funny
ups
thing
to
about
Eric.
that. Oh wait, hold on. I could say that afterwards, but keep going.
Big ups to Eric for making that TikTok in the first place. That wasn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen.
It has like 500,000 like views.
Yeah, and like
It's insane.
So
Yeah.
you're so the song went kind of viral via TikTok.
basically. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I got like
TikTok before then, but as you can see from our TikTok page, Paul does not hate it anymore.
All right.
yeah, I was not on TikTok whatsoever like last week. And then right after this, Eric's like messaging me. He's like, dude, this video got like 1,500 like views. And then it just kept growing more and more. And he's like, dude, you gotta ride this wave. I'm just like, well, shit. All right, download TikTok. I guess I'm a TikTok influencer, whatever. I'm like, this is weird. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
We all have individual TikTok, so it's a team effort.
So do you want to take me through maybe some of the process of recording the album and what that was like, what your guys' songwriting process is?
Go ahead, Paul.
How do we start that? It was a lot of, just getting trapped in a recording studio for 4 hours, just slamming away.
Okay, to elaborate, writing usually consists of Paul shows me a bass line, I tell him that's stupid and I'm not gonna play it, and then I play it anyway, and now it's a song.
And
Yeah.
it's just me trying to figure out if it's in 4/4 or not, because I can't really tell.
Do you think
Yeah,
we know what a
Camden's just
4/4 is?
free going. He asked what tempo. I'm like, what's a tempo? I don't know what these tempos are.
The
No.
tempo is however
Bass
fast I'm playing.
There's just no bass, like, and screaming.
Well, hey, I'm the drummer. I got to figure it out.
True.
I think like
music composition guy too.
I think we started like writing the first songs like late 2020, early 2021. Like it's been a while, and like because like our schedule is like every other Sunday because of other people's schedules. Even sometimes that doesn't even happen. Like there've been a few times where we haven't met in like a month or so. But we finally went into the studio back in like May or June of this year, and obviously instrumentals were just done in a day, like in a live tracking. And then you guys did your vocals just another day. It wasn't like it didn't take up a lot of time to really record it. So that was like 6 months ago.
So have you guys been sitting on the album for a while before you released it, or?
I think it just took a while for Eric, only because he's so very busy with Bughead stuff and just helping like and mixing like other bands. But like we weren't ever really in like a huge rush to like release this. I mean, the original plan was to like release this like January or February. Plus we have like an EP release show then too. But because of the TikTok, it's like fuck it, let's just do it soon.
And actually, so when I said I was a recent addition to this band, I mean like really recent. I've been in this band for a week, and from my perspective, it was very interesting to see like everything blow up immediately after I joined. I had one rehearsal with the band, and then 2 days later, it's like, oh fuck, there's 4,500 monthly listeners. What do we do? And I'm just sitting there in the group chat going, oh shit.
What'd you get yourself into?
Yeah. And so I actually I have one thing of my own horrific design on the album. It's in Ballad. If you've listened to the album, it's like the fucked up Evangelion remix.
Yeah.
With the piss tornado feature. That is because I'm pretty sure the sample didn't clear or something, or it was like copyrighted.
Yeah. So we almost got copyright struck before the album came out.
so like everyone was going like, oh shit, there's like, copyright, we can't use the sample, so what do we do? And then Paul asked me to remix the sample, so I did, and I just made it as cursed as I could possibly think of, and now it's on the album, and I'm very glad to be a part of it. Very proud.
So the way I met you guys was I filmed that show at a distant castle on November 5th. And I remember like one of the highlights, or at least one of like the most fun moments I had at that show, was when you guys came out and were like, we're going to do a Brain Detail cover. Because that song's a tribute to You Suffer by Napalm Death. And Brain Detail had just done done their cover of You Suffer with that, and then, but you guys like took it, made it your own by doing the Evangelion theme cover in the middle. I thought that was like funny as hell. I liked that shit a lot. I was happy to see that little like, well, it was kind of just a short tidbit in the show that I really enjoyed making to the album.
We appreciate that.
Do you guys plan on doing more like sample based work within your albums in the future?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We just brought in a guy who runs samples for us. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's only gonna get worse.
Oh,
like,
it's gonna get far worse. I'll tell you right now. It will get much worse. Yeah, I think I'm really excited to be a part of this now, because I can help find samples and manipulate them into horrible ways and just come up with the most fucked up synth patches. I have a couple of really gnarly things. I run most of my samples like through my iPad. if I'm doing processing for them, I will mostly use FL Studio. That's where I do like all of my music production. But like at shows and stuff, I would use GarageBand to like run this to play the samples and also have some like live noise and synth and really like fucked up drum patches to play as live instruments. So yeah, expect more noise and chaos and samples in the future.
I'm super hyped to see it. I think that's one of the things that make you guys unique as a band is that sense of humor you bring in with all the samples and all the kind of weird moments within what is otherwise very like fun and chaotic hardcore rock music. It's awesome.
Facts.
But do you guys have do you have a process that you use for finding samples, or is it just kind of whatever falls into your lap, or is that all secret and you don't want to tell anybody yet?
That's mostly a Paul thing.
Yeah, I just puke it on everyone. I'm like, hey, look at this. We're gonna use this.
It's pretty much just we send each other shitty memes in the group chat, or Paul just has something, and then we just throw it in a song, or we use it to like promote something. Like I remember I sent him the Eggman clip from the Sonic fan dub, and we used that to advertise a show one time.
Oh my god,
That's tight.
if
Our group chat seriously just a meme shit post group chat,
it's hell.
and I'm just posting it freaking publicly like, all right. But yeah, forever ago, I mean, Judge Judy was gonna be like a one-man project, seriously. And then I took on a vocalist who isn't with us anymore. Our other homie Camden. Or Cammy.
White.
Yeah.
Lives in the
And
town
then-
too.
And then like he commented on Cam's post. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I think I saw you drum at like a show that we played together. So I'm like, hey, join my band and just like do grindcore drumming, even though I know you're a shoegaze guitarist. And I'm like, fuck it. Then right after, I'm like, all right, we need a guitarist. And then there's Kyle. And I'm like, damn, Kyle's like beyond perfect for this.
Dude, no, you made a post and you said, need a guitarist for a band. I remembered you from the one day I went to Inconvenience Store tryouts. And I was like, Paul's goofy. I liked that guy. I'm like, let's still try it. And sure enough, it took me so long to learn the riffs. I hadn't played guitar like consistently in like a year and a half. But we're here.
So there's the band's origin story. I kind of want to hear your guys' origin story for for getting into the genre of grindcore and hardcore. Do you have any bands that really sparked your interest when you were first getting into it?
So
I feel like it's Napalm Death for all of us, but I know after that is a little differently for everyone.
I skipped a step. I went straight to Spaz. Somebody showed me Spaz when I was like 14, and I was like, what is this?
Oh my god.
And it just
Yeah.
went from there, really. Like, I think that's what me and Paul did at first. Like, the reason we have dual vocals is because we're like, oh, it's like Spaz.
yo, no, this band, like, I'll kind of admit, this band's kind of a Spaz worship band.
I haven't listened to that much.
No, I
Spaz. I'll
take
have
a
to go
lot
with it.
of I take a lot of inspiration from them, just from like humor, power violence, that kind of stuff. But like, we like to mix things up. Like I know Camden loves like his big drumming influence was like Weekend Nachos, and that's the same with my vocals too. Is very much like that.
You do kind of sound. I forget his name, and his Instagram got hacked, so I can't look it up. But you do kind of sound like the Weekend Nachos guy.
Yeah.
I want to say both house influence, but like that guy is too fucked and too good for me.
Dude, no, Paul, like the first time I heard Paul do vocals, because we had talked about Spaz, I heard him do it. I'm like, this is literally just like their vocalist. Well, one of them. I think it's the bassist. It sounds like that.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
But I mean, we fuck with like, you know, insect warfare and like pig destroyer
Oh yeah.
and all like the crazy techie type of shit too. So we kind of like to blend in weird odd time signatures and whatever. We like keeping it interesting.
Paul, did we not establish at the beginning that we didn't know what a 4/4 was? And you just said we use weird time signatures? Because it's never on purpose.
No, basically.
So do you
That's always the argument. Is it 4/4? Nah, it's not 4/4. Nah, no way.
There's a song in 7th in the album. It was
Is there?
ripped.
I didn't even know.
It's the
Is
Pudding
there?
Pop one.
Oh, is it the fast part of Puddin' Pop?
No, it's the beginning part. It's in 7. Da-na-da-na.
Oh my god, I'm in this band.
I would know. I'm the drummer.
Speaking of Four Idiots, Paul, did I watch you almost choke on your own joint hit earlier? Because I saw you sitting there going,
Yeah, I got my little pipe.
okay. Oh, dude, I love that pipe so much. It's so cool.
Is that a little
it's
like
you.
cartridge pipe or?
Yeah.
That's tight. I need to
Well,
get
I'm
another.
gonna-
I need to get another cart because I have my battery, and it's too cold to like go outside and smoke weed now. So I need the.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I still do it anyway. It feels nostalgic.
Yeah,
It is.
I remember
I
being
love
in
those.
high school, like going outside with an apple and just like packing it full and fucking the middle of
man, not
January.
the apple pie. Oh,
Oh, that's down bad pipe.
I
That
made
is-
those in like the cafeteria.
Yeah,
Got
you just
shit
take,
for it.
And put a hole in or something.
that's the thing is when you're like 17, like they won't sell you rolling papers at the convenience store, and even if you can get
take
them,
what you can get.
you got to take what you can get. So I remember me and my
Yeah.
friends would be like out fucking skateboarding, trying to make a pipe out of whatever we could.
Like trying to
I
make
remember-
a gravity bong out of like a Gatorade bottle. Like,
Yeah, so speaking of grabs, I remember walking through Boston. I went to school in Boston for a year, and we were walking through like the park near our dorm, and straight up it was just like 5 dudes gathered around a Pringles can. And I was like, "What
That
is
is-
this?"
that is.
So I walked up,
That is so cursed.
and I could smell it, but I just walked up and I looked at the can, and I just go, "Sour cream and onion, huh? Good stuff, good stuff," and just walked away. I watched them stare me down for like 30 feet.
Yeah, no, I think the worst one that we ever did was we took a toilet paper roll, cut a square in it, and then like made like a little bowl. I forget what we made the bowl out of, and then covered the other end up with like a plastic bag, and then rubber banded it up so the smoke couldn't escape. And there was just that big ass hole at the end.
That's amazing.
My mom tried that.
There was one time there was this kid, and like he had a joint. Like we could have just smoked the joint, but he had this like big PVC fucking pipe that he just needed to put a joint in on the rush hole and like use it as a big steamroller thing through like a PVC pipe. It was the dumbest thing ever. I was trying to do it. I'm just getting mad. I just take the doobie out and put it on it, put it back, trying it. I'm like, this is dumb. Then like he's doing it. He ends up puking in my boy's like car. I'm like, this guy's weird. He was like
Not the PVC pipe.
Bro.
he was like still in high school and I wasn't, and I was like, this is weird. Like
Is that how it feels having me as like the child of the band? Because I always forget that you guys are like a few years older than me.
Oh shit!
Like 1 or 2 there.
How old?
I
Are
think
you
you're like
guys?
2, but Paul's like 4, right?
yeah, I'm about to be 26 in
Yeah.
February.
Okay, so you got 3 years on me. I'll be 23 in March.
Oh,
5
dude, no, I'm younger than everybody here. I'm the youngest one in this band. I'm 21.
Let's go.
Oh,
Same.
Let's
there
go.
we go.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I turned 22 in February. So,
Everyone's
there
in
we
February
go.
March.
So you're the baby of the group. The
God damn it.
and you're using the newest technology too. Everybody else is on guitars and drums, and you're over here playing the laptop.
I'm like, all right, bro, here's my iPad.
I really hope. Did you guys see me throw the chair? Or did that just not get seen?
I saw it.
It was in there. It was in the
I was
frame.
like, was that worth it or not? Because it's fine, but like,
I think it was worth it. It was definitely worth
it
it.
was worth it. All right, so I'm not the baby of the band anymore.
There we go. Kyle's grown up.
Big man on campus, baby.
What you drinking, buddy?
It's a Sprite, as you can see by my label here. I'm getting us copyright struck right now. I got a Sprite.
Let's go.
You're gonna get me
I
sent to
might buy
jail.
one.
Sprite is
my
not
orgasm-
sponsoring this podcast right now. You are giving free promotion away. I'm gonna have
I
to
can
censor
Free
that out.
promotional ads.
Yo, check this out.
What do you?
Whoa.
Oh damn! Even
Oh,
more free
shit.
product placement.
What was
so
Camden grabbing? What did Camden just grab?
it's an empty Panera cup, but I had a frozen chocolate latte, and I drank it all early. I'm parked at a
Follow
gas
product
station.
placement.
I can get a soda right now and come back if I really wanted to.
Dude,
Dude,
the
there's
only
like Death
thing,
Stranding levels of product placement.
dude,
Shout
the
out to
only
Sir-
thing I have to drink in my general vicinity is just straight up a bottle of vodka. I don't think I'm getting that.
I got a okay. There's
Shout
a
out crippling alcoholism.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, shout out.
there's a pink Smirnoff Ice on the shelf to my left that's been there for like a month. And
Oh
then there's some
man.
hand sanitizer to my right.
Oh. Oh.
That's a good drink.
Yeah, I think that was-
they're in the same category, honestly.
Yeah, of flavor, of like
Yeah.
enjoyment.
Yeah.
Hey, they got if you're ever in Costa Rica, my girlfriend brought me back when she went there a guarana flavored Smirnoff Ice that tasted exactly like Red Bull. You couldn't taste the alcohol.
Oh no.
That's probably
Oh,
dangerous.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's scary.
I only
Dude,
had
you gotta
one,
put
but I
that,
can
like-
see that being like hangover fuel.
You
That
gotta
is-
put that in like one of those soda
Oh
strains.
no, the
so it's
meeting
literally
will end in
Oh.
10 minutes.
Got one of those.
Oh wait, we only have
Oh.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It wants me to upgrade to pro. Shit. Okay, I'll
Oh,
ask you a couple
man.
more questions and then
I was gonna say if you wanted to keep going, we could just end the call and then restart it and you can just pick up
yeah,
recording
let's
again.
just do that.
Yeah.
Do the whoop do.
Do. I just want to say that Camden, the second this ended, just said Paul Blart ball fart in the group chat. Immediately. There was no gap.
It's got a nice ring to it. I'm using that for an aggro
Dude,
song.
honestly, you better get me on that. I swear.
You know, just think of dumb things that rhyme. Awesome sauce, bomb sauce, ball fart, ball fart.
Dude, where's Paul Zula, the Mike Rula?
Gotta smoke a joint first.
That's not allowed. Just do it on camera. Come on, bud. I've seen him do it in his house. This isn't gonna stop him.
I barely used it.
There he
but
is.
I got
Yo.
Gates rolling papers.
Oh, let's go. Oh, there's Paul.
Yo.
Someone decided to show up.
All right. Get right back into it.
Bam.
One of the first things you guys yelled out at the live show, you gave a big whoop whoop towards the beginning. Are y'all juggalos? Do y'all fuck with Down with the Clown?
Yeah, but it's in the closet.
Yeah, it's like almost a complicated question because we use Juggalo references so much, but I don't think I've ever heard any of us listening to ICP.
I fucked with their first DP, actually.
I don't think I've ever once like voluntarily listened to ICP.
Well, you're making a mistake and you're
have.
not down with the clown, so I don't want to hear it.
Listen, I mean, I think I'm down with the clown in theory.
Are you guys juggalo posers?
Their movies are actually way better than the music.
No, the movies are great. The movies.
Bro, wait,
Yeah.
they
I'm
have
in
that.
movies?
I'm in
I
that.
didn't know about that.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
you
they
gotta
had
watch.
movies.
They have movies?
I've
You
like
gotta watch Big
Oh.
Money Hustlers.
This
Oh,
should have been part
Big
of as like
Money Hustlers is
initiation
actually a
into
great
the band.
movie.
Just time to a chair, and then we just put on all the ICP movies or something.
This is true. I think this is a great use of an afternoon.
yeah, you just gotta like feed him so many edibles he doesn't know where he is, and then put on the and then
Yeah,
put on every
edibles.
single ICP movie.
Dude, Paul, you're just gonna give him like 3
Got
of those ones you gave me for my birthday. I took one of those. I laid in my bed for like 3 hours. I was just vibing. I was like, this didn't even do nothing. I stood up and I fell back into my bed and didn't move for like 3
You
more
just can't
hours.
walk. Yeah, dude. The edibles really just fuck me up. I don't know. Edibles just
Absolutely, Cade.
oh.
Yeah, they
Ah,
kind
it's
of
the
made me
college
flip
kid,
my
guys.
car over.
So I wouldn't say we're poser juggalos. We're just more on the film side. Of
Yeah,
juggalos.
you're filmic juggalos instead of musical juggalos.
Yeah.
I watch the ICP movies for the plot.
Dude, me too.
Fact.
I listen to Judge Judy for the plot.
Dude.
Would you guys ever put out an album with an ongoing storyline throughout?
There is an ongoing storyline in this album. We're putting people in jail even though they're innocent. Just to make a quick cent. We establish this in Joy in Life.
Oh shit! I gotta give it a re-listen and like really focus to the lyrics.
No, I need to put the lyrics under the songs because you cannot understand half the lyrics.
It's incredible.
You need to make a Genius page.
Oh yeah,
Genius page for Judge Judy. Let's go.
That'd be tight if I could look up. They should get you on the show. They should get like Judge Judy out there too.
All from Judge Judy, and you're watching Genius.
Yeah, exactly.
real. You got to go into the real, like deep meanings of all of these really important lyrics here.
All right, guys. So we do one of the Geniuses, right? And we do Ballin'. And we just go on like a 30-minute rant about how deep these lyrics are. Because we're balling. We are balling. But at what cost?
But at what cost?
What is the cost of balling?
It's existential, you know?
I know.
We're like smarter than like Tool.
Dude. Tool, what do they got? Numbers? They got 7-minute
Fibonacci
songs?
sequence.
They got the Fibonacci time signatures and psychedelics, I guess.
We have one of those things. It's not the time signatures.
Clearly.
So you guys, as we previously established, you guys use the Evangelion theme in your Napalm Death You Suffer tribute song. What was that one called again? I'm sorry.
Ballin', but at what cost?
Ballin'
Featuring Piss Tornado.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So Ballin' Up at What Cost has the Eva theme as the whole middle section. Are you guys big anime heads? Do you watch a lot of anime, or is that?
Oh,
that's a loaded question.
Evangelion. I've watched a few. I'm not like huge into them.
Do you have a favorite?
See, I'm a bad person, so I've definitely have not read all 8 parts of JoJo in their entirety. Definitely have not.
Hey, it's okay. I'm catching up too. I'm watching season 5 or 6 right now, but that's
so. Maybe once you finish, you should read ahead because part 7 is the best part.
I can't read.
That's true. Camden is illiterate. This has been a recurring problem with man.
Yeah, who needs that? Who needs reading?
I don't know.
We send texts and he responds in like hieroglyphics sometimes. It's kind of crazy. I don't even know how he gets those on his keyboard.
Is ancient Egyptian your first language?
I didn't go to school.
It's just emojis.
For music.
Bro, wait till I start responding to the group chat in Braille. That'll show you.
Whoa.
When I see a bunch of dots on the screen, I'm leaving the group chat, all right? I can't control this. I have like flashbacks.
You're either leaving or you're kicking
I
me
have
out.
flashbacks from playing like Ruby and Sapphire where you got to get the Reggies. But to get the Reggies, you had to actually read Braille.
Yeah. But I used to watch a lot of anime. I don't so much anymore. I will say I think Evangelion is actually my favorite anime. It's just good. I also it's very edgy. But I also really like Death Note. But yeah, those are. I like Death Note. I like Code Geass. Those are probably my top 3. But I don't really watch much anime anymore.
I honestly just like this song. That little jingle.
Fair
Dude, that
enough.
song is
It's
good,
too
all right?
funny.
The song
Just
goes
like-
so hard though. Like
No, it goes
so
hard.
It's
It goes
objectively
wicked,
good.
wicked hard.
It's amazing.
Like, all animes have very good theme songs for no reason.
They really
They
do.
do.
And a Cruel Angel's Thesis is just the best one.
Maximum
Yeah.
the Hormone on the Death Note show.
Oh my god,
Crazy.
dude!
Maximum the Hormone is
the
so
Hormone.
good, dude.
They're just a good band. Like if you listen to their other stuff, it's just insane. It's just so
No, they're
good.
sick as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it.
I love Japanese metal. One of my favorite bands ever is Duran Gray. I don't know if any of you guys listen to them, but they're ridiculous.
I've heard of them.
They're so good.
You ever listen to Crystal Lake?
Yeah, I have.
A Japanese band I did see this year, the first day of the year, Cruelty played.
Yeah.
I've
Hang
never heard of them.
January 1st. That was kind of like the height.
Actually, I do remember that show. That show was.
But I was like, I'm not gonna miss this. This is this band's like first like US show, and they're like this mix of like hardcore and death metal and doom metal. It's basically Japanese Zabalba. It's fucked.
I heard about that. Dude, I remember texting you about that show because I really wanted to go, but I couldn't go. It sucked.
I'm sure they're gonna come back next year, but I don't know
I
if they
hope
really
so.
they haven't taken the mass since. You know, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah,
Age Blood Tithe opened up. That was a fun time.
Being into Japanese bands tends to be a big issue. I'm into a lot of like Japanese punk and alt rock and stuff, and just those bands never come over here. They're never going to.
Yeah,
A lot of them are from like
every.
I've seen Tricot. Tricot? How do you pronounce it?
I don't know how you pronounce
Trico?
it.
I think it's
They're
Trico.
good. They're really sick.
They got nice. They
Trico?
got some sick math rock over there. That's
I've seen
Really sick.
I have
For
seen
sure.
Melt Banana. Melt Banana is sick.
Melt Banana is so
Melt
good.
Banana rules. They are
Oh,
actually.
they're coming with Igor.
Yeah.
Definitely
I
go to
can't-
that show.
I can't miss that. Spirituality and Distortion was one of my favorite albums last year. It was just
Me
so
too.
good. It was just so good. The way that I forget what his name is, but the main guy in like Igor is like the way he produces is just so cool. There's a couple of videos about how he produces stuff, and he like does all of this like DIY instrument shit, and it's just so cool. And like
That's badass.
they were basically like they were doing the shit that clowncore does before clowncore existed. They were just like I don't know,
Basically.
they're one of my favorite experimental bands.
Same. Yeah, that album's fucking dope.
Clowncore
I
was
love the
pretty
older
sick,
stuff too.
Yeah. They had a split. I forget who they. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ruby My Dear actually that they had a split with. I could be completely wrong, but there's an electronic artist called Ruby My Dear. I think he's French, and it is very cool. It's like drum and bass, but really experimental, like really cool sound design. The way he like puts everything into a certain space is just so cool.
That sounds sick.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to the first EP by Takashi Hasegawa?
I have not.
He does
I've
some
not either.
pretty cool stuff with like drum and bass and stuff in a unique way I haven't heard from a lot of experimental drum and bass artists.
Oh, cool. I got to check that out.
Send a link when this is done.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has some really cool. He like meshes it with jazz and does a really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
His first
That's
EP is one of my
really
favorite
sick.
projects ever. Do you guys have any other like big music recommendations? I want to hear some of your big inspirations when it
Some
comes to
big
making music.
Big
All right,
inspiration.
you guys start because I'm gonna have to look
Oh,
for like
the
my whole
fucking
Spotify.
I don't know where to start on this one.
Never mind. I got it.
I got this too. I can throw some out there.
You know what, Sam? Take it away. Take it away.
So for me, there is stuff from all genres for me. Like my favorite band ever is actually the Mars Volta. I love the Mars Volta to an unhealthy degree.
I fucking
And
I love the Mars Volta, dude.
yeah, it is unhealthy, dude. When they announced that reunion or whatever tour back in July, and when I tell you I bought those pre-sales within like seconds of them going live, man, I saw them a couple months ago at the MGM Music Hall, and I got Barricade, and it was one of the sickest freaking shows I've ever been to in my life. It was so good. But yeah, Volta is a big one as far as electronic music goes, because I do like produce some stuff, and I do a lot of synth related things. The artist Cell Dweller is a big one. He's really, really sick. Also, like Subtronics for just more straight up EDM, like Subtronics, LS Dream, like Liquid Stranger, all those really good EDM producers. But for metal, definitely Duran Gray, definitely Full of Hell. The Full of Hell Merzbow split is like just one of the heaviest anything ever.
I gotta listen to
I think
that.
that's my favorite album of theirs, honestly.
It's ridiculously
It's
heavy.
sick.
Also, you know, I love Rivers of Nile. Like, I love that kind of like proggy like death metal shit.
I saw them a couple months back. They were pretty cool.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
me
about the
too.
saxophone solo and Where Owls Know My Name? Just
Yes,
that
we
alone.
can.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so good.
That is.
I remember
That is
seeing them
fucking
was
cool.
weird- Seeing them was weird because they didn't have their vocalists. And I remember like the bassist like, "Hey, you might notice we're down a band member. Our vocalist is dealing with shit." I'm like, "Oh shit," because I remember seeing them like 5 years ago when they were more of like just a straight up tech death band at the bar.
Oh yeah, Monarchy. You probably saw them when they were touring like Monarchy, but because Monarchy rules, love that album.
They were They were playing a whole new album, full, and the headliner was the Contortionist playing Exoplanet and Language.
Woo, that's
that was
ridiculous.
fucking
That is absurd.
fest.
I
That's
like the
funny.
Contortionists, but I feel like I never got into them as hard as other people did. I've always been more of like a Periphery guy, but like I like Periphery 1. Like I'm talking like when I listen to Periphery, I usually listen to like the old stuff. It's just heavy. I don't know. There's something a little bit more like raw and less like totally processed about it.
I think it's just a thing with a lot of like first albums in general that bring people to them more, and I totally get that too.
But other I've been going for a while, so I'll shut the fuck up soon. But other influences of mine, like Karak on Gren, Flesh God Apocalypse, probably. Oh man, What have I even been listening to lately? All sorts of shit. Black Dahlia Murder.
The wife of a UML music student.
Yeah,
I would know.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you guys go to
Really?
UML?
Well, so I do,
I
and I'm
used
actually I'm in the same major that Camden graduated from.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm about to
Yeah.
start my senior year for digital media at UML.
Oh,
hell
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
That's sick.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I had no idea you guys had any connection to the school. That's tight.
Class of 21, baby.
Oh, dude, I'm
I
a
went
composition
to,
major.
I went to Middlesex in Lowell, like the junior school. Yup.
Kyle's kind of the lone one here.
Mini UML.
Yeah, I'm the odd man
Broken
out. I'm a South Shore guy. That's why we have to practice in Boston
Yeah.
because I am down in Brockton.
I'm from the South Shore. I grew up on the South Shore, but I live here now. So
Yeah. All right. All right. I guess I'll run through some influences. So I skipped a lot of steps. Where like you're supposed to hear like rock first, but my cousin just showed me Plagues by the Devil Wears Prada right when it came out when I was like 7. And to this day, that's one of my favorite albums. But like I heard that, and it basically just became a journey of me trying to see what the heaviest thing there was because I would just sit there and I'd hear like Goats on a Boat, and I'm like, there's nothing heavier than this. And then I'd hear like Car Bomb by the Acacia Strain. I'd be like, there's nothing heavier than this.
I remember
I'd hear,
finding
like,
Car Bomb by the Acacia Strain and like being like, what the fuck? Oh,
Car Bomb the band goes hard too.
oh Car Bomb.
the band goes good.
Car
Oh,
Bomb.
they're so
I
good.
remember
Car Bomb,
finding
the
them and
band,
thinking
is
they were
like-
fucking crazy, dude. Car Bomb's
Them-
so sick.
Them and Frontier are like my favorite
Oh,
mathcore bands.
Frontier, you might as well just drink 12 dozen Bang energy drinks.
Dude, I literally like a couple of years ago, I downloaded Orange Mathematics from Bandcamp because it was free, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is like the heaviest shit ever.
It's like the most sonically punishing shit you'll ever hear.
It's absurd.
So I did that, and I got into like early deathcore was a big thing, which I now like to call, this is awful, the Predator era. Because if you listen to some of the lyrics in those songs, bro, it's bad. Like
Dude, it's all
MVP by
misogyny.
Despised Icon.
Oh yeah.
That's a bad one. But like stuff like that, and then as the years went on, I actually don't listen to as much heavy music now. Like I'll leave Judge Judy practice and I'll just listen to like the 1975 the whole way home. I'm just like vibing because I don't know. I feel like I make so much heavy music now that I'm like, I can't just sit there and listen to it all day to go with it. I would get too burnt out.
Fact. You hear that?
I definitely think there's like this weird. I don't know. I always feel kind of weird because like I don't exclusively listen to like extreme shit, and when I don't, I'm like, oh man, like I feel like a poser right now. But it really doesn't matter. Like,
you guys know what song changed my life for no reason that I should never have heard in the first place?
what was it?
Imagine being like 10 and you just hear "Chased Through the Woods" by a rapist.
Oh my god!
That is.
This guy.
I was just like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This isn't even music." So I came back to it like 4 years later, and I was like, "No, this is cool. This is really
You ever
cool."
watch like the live video where the vocalist is just like, "Come on, you emo kids, you fucking ready?"
Yeah, like, I grew up on all that emo
Motherfuckers,
stuff, dude. Like Attack, Asking Alexandria,
Oh, dude.
Motionless in White, all that stuff. That was my favorite growing up. And to
I
this day, I saw Attack this year, the day before my birthday, and then I
No
saw Bill
way.
Murray the next day, so I go see Johnny.
No way! Oh, Bill
Oh, I
Murray
was there
so
for
sick.
that.
Yeah, Paul did go with me
Dude.
to Bill Murray.
I
for
had
that.
a I had a similar situation of like kind of skipping some steps in getting into heavy genres because I remember I was when I was a little kid, like I was into nu metal like everybody else at the time,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
my dad's friend gave us a bunch of CDs, and one of those was "Who Dares Win" by Bolt Thrower,
Yep.
and just
yeah.
immediately
Ooh,
was
nice.
like trying to find the heaviest shit possible after that. So I could relate to that story pretty
Yup.
heavy.
Dude, what was my introduction fully to this scene? Oh yeah. I always have to like think about it. I forget exactly what year. Pop Culture had just come out for Knocked Loose. And I saw them in
Hell
some
yeah.
dude's basement.
That's
And it was
absurd.
a bloodbath.
Knocked
I
Loose
was
in
just
the
like,
basement must have
so.
been fucking insane, dude.
Dude, it was crazy. And I was just like, whoa.
It's like how like someone showed me a video of Vane playing at like the litter box in Wall. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. It
What?
shows that you don't know how
Was
big
it?
of a deal it's going to be until they blow up later. So
Like,
like,
they
you're just
played
kind of
places
happy
like
with
the
it.
Tip and like litter box and tank.
Who? But can't. What band was it?
It was Vane in 2015.
No.
No,
Really?
I've seen the video. That,
Oh my-
that room is tiny as hell.
Dude, yeah, no, I remember the glitter box. That shit was.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think I know the glitter box too.
Yeah, it was called the litter box. Like when I like started going to school there, but then it just
It's
kind of
like
changed.
a tiny art venue thing, right?
No, you're probably thinking of Uncharted, which doesn't exist anymore.
No, I know Uncharted.
Yeah,
This place was like,
It was kind of an artsy basement.
it was. I went to one show there, and yeah, it was not metal. It was like R&B hip. It was cool. It was a fun show, but I was extremely drunk the entire time, so I don't remember much about it.
All right, so Sam, me and you have probably done enough talking for a bit. Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah,
these boys
yeah.
in.
I'll go. I took the usual route and just being like, yo, rock music, that's pretty cool. You know, like, oh shit, here's this cool Beatles CD. Van Halen changed it all. Fun fact, I had a huge phase in middle school and early high school where I was just obsessed with nothing but like 80s hair metal, 80s thrash, 80s punk, and then anything that was on a Guitar Hero or a Rock Band game. But it was because of the Guitar Hero Rock Band games that was all like, that's where the heavy music came, and that's why I heard like Whitechapel and shit like for the first time, and Black Dahlia Murder. It was just people doing like drum covers and shit. I'm like, wait, this song fucks. What
I'm
is
gonna
that?
ask Chris Hannon off for half a second here. Fun fact: I was in the #1 rock band 4 crew in the world as their spotlight guitarist for like 6 months. That was like my favorite thing. That was so fun. I don't play it anymore. I think I have Clone Hero on here. I'd never touch it.
I had 10 Guitar Hero games, and I think my music taste was based off that. Like Guitar Hero 3, I was like, yeah, I fucking love Weezer. Yeah, I fucking love Poison. Dragon Force, Killswitch Engage, that's when I first heard it. So I think those kinds of games, I think, opened another portal. Who the fuck is texting me? Nick, shut up. It's my other bandmate in a different band. Yeah, no, those games really changed it. I mean, I'm primarily a guitarist. this is my first band playing drums, and so obviously I think my influences are just very like guitar heavy bands, like Van Halen is just kind of the first one. That Guitar Hero 3 was the first time I heard Metallica because they had one on it. First time I heard Slayer because they had Raining Blood on it. Iron Maiden, and those were like kind of like the big ones growing up. And then metalcore and all that shit didn't come until like middle school, maybe high school. But I don't know. And then as far as music scene goes, it was like I got invited to like pop punk and indie shows first, and then the way into hardcore, solidify myself in hardcore was like I was in Ghost Fame for a little bit, and then next thing I knew, I was just going to these kinds of shows. So I was like, okay, this is fucking dope. So as far as drum influences in the band, yeah, Paul said it earlier, Weekend Nachos, that band rules. They haven't been a thing in like 5 years, but maybe they'll come back. Full of Hell is one. Magruder Grind is another drum influence. There's not a lot that I would say. I don't have my own kid at my house, so it's tough. The struggle. I only like mostly play drums when I'm at like the studio or like practice space or something. I just have a practice pad to kind of work off of. But hey, there's a lot of cool new things out that I can't name off the top of my head because my brain feels like mush. I came straight from a band practice, and then it ended, and then now I'm in this call. So I'm like,
I just came from a 10-hour shift. Don't talk to me like that.
I DoorDashed all day before that too.
I lifted boxes in a warehouse for 10 hours.
God damn. Working
I
class
was
hero.
lifting heavy racks of weed.
Yeah, Paul
into a
wins.
dry
Paul
room.
wins.
My car is basically my office.
All right, Paul, what influence you got there, buddy?
I don't know. I think I've said enough.
All right, here's my influence. Weed. No, all right, serious answer. So, like, I grew up to, like, just really... Well, Mr. Bungle is, like, my all-time favorite band ever. I kind of, like, grew up listening to that. And then, like, it was middle school. I was obsessing over their demos. And, like, that's what got me into, like, heavy stuff. But, like, right off the bat, I was, like, the more obscure, the better. So I would just always look up all these, like, wicked rare demos of whatever. And that's where, like, grindcore got into it, too. And freaking, yeah, so, yeah, I would start listening to, like, Napalm Death. Bolt Thrower was a big one. All early earache type stuff. And, yeah, I would just, like, explore basically straight into, like, death metal grindcore type stuff.
Oh, I feel like
Oh, I love Primus too. Les Claypool
Paul is
is
so
a
much more
massive
concise than us.
influence on why I pick up bass and stuff too.
All right.
But
another quick tangent. I know I did a bunch of talking earlier, but I feel like everyone else is doing it in different like formula. So I'll be quick. But basically, like for me, I discovered like metal as a genre when I was like 5 or 6. And my dad had like a box of like Iron Maiden cassettes and shit that I would just like play. And then like as I got older, like my dad would play like Disturbed and Linkin Park and all the 80s shit. And like I just got more and more into it and was always like really kind of obsessed with it. And my primary instrument is actually drums. I'm mostly a drummer.
Should just switch all our instruments.
I know, for real. And you know, in like middle and high school, I was in like a couple of bands, but like I grew up in a small town, so like there was no scene. And then my introduction to and at that time I was kind of getting into like heavier shit. It started with like, you know, typical shit like Suicide Silence and Cannibal Corpse and all that, and then I did like Berkeley 5 week at some point at the end of high school, and I got schooled in like slam because there was this dude there and he was like, "What's your favorite slam band?" And I'm like, Signs of the Swarm." And he goes, "That's not a fucking slam band." I'm like, okay. My dumb ass was like 17. I had no idea about like any of that shit. So then that was kind of when I got into like slam and grind and all like the really insane shit, because like all these fucking Berkeley dudes were like telling me about it. And then when I got to UML, I started going to shows at the Tip because I just heard about it, and that was my introduction to the local scene. So yeah.
Woo. My only regret not at the Tip was not booking enough slam bands.
Dude, I know. Slam goes hard.
All right. We're about to hit an hour here, so I guess, and I'm out of questions. So last but not, 1 second. Last question, I guess. What can we expect next from Judge Judy? You guys just put out your album. Do you guys have any shows planned? Do you have anything big planned in the near future?
There we go.
We got physical that we're trying to like save up for, and that'll be out hopefully before like EP release show in February. That's one show that's happening. It's also Paul's B-Day show.
Oh yeah.
At a sample shop.
You know what's actually funny is I got the flyer for the next show, which is January 20th in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I just got the flyer for that.
Bro, come on.
I didn't even send that yet. This was legit during the call, so
okay.
I got that too.
Fair.
So we have those two.
Yeah, no, after that TikTok thing, we got a lot of connects from various different states now. It's kind of unreal, but like we got a lot of people hitting us up about New Jersey, got like an Ohio connect, an Arizona connect, like just all these random people just hitting us up about it, and it's like, damn, all right.
Maybe we'll travel. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna be probably do a little bit of traveling. We got merch and stuff coming out too. Just kind of gathering all the nuts.
I would just like to say that this next merch drop is the best and worst shirt you will ever own.
It is
Everyone
ridiculous.
should get it.
I think Kyle explained it best the other day in the group chat by saying it is the most vile shit ever created, and I love it. And that is exactly how I feel about it too. So
big time. I designed it myself too.
Yeah, Paul's our merch designer because why bring in extra stuff we have to pay for if we have a graphic designer in the band?
Basically.
Promote Paul's art while he's here.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Hope you have a great night. Thank you to everybody who's listening right now, and we'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Judge Judy.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Peace out. Whoop, whoop.